Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football Saturday afternoon, and some massive news coming out of the recruiting trail for the Ole Miss fans as the number one running back in the 2025 cycle, the number two player in the state of Mississippi, Akylin Dear, committing to Ole Miss. And this is a running back that not only checks every single box that you want from an athletic profile, 6'1", 200 pounds, running an 11.2 in the 100-meter dash. This is also a guy that when you turn on the film, you look at the production, he gets it done on Friday nights, over 2,000 yards rushing his junior year of high school. One of my favorite running backs in this 2025 class. Want to get into him, talk a little bit about what he brings to this Ole Miss offense before we get into it. And as always, just want to say thank you to you guys. A massive shout out to the Ole Miss fans, whether we're talking the recruiting trail, the transfer portal, the amount of support the Ole Miss fans have shown the boys over the last couple of weeks and months has been amazing. Cannot thank you guys enough. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into Akylin Dear. And one of the things that I want to note right off the bat is a lot of people knocking Lane Kiffin in terms of not recruiting the high school ranks at a high enough level. You take a look at the last couple classes, top 20 in 2024, top 20 in 2023, and you're seeing Lane Kiffin, in my mind, balance recruiting the high school ranks and using the transfer portal brilliantly. And you look at this Ole Miss team heading into 2024, there is a strong argument to be made that this is one of the most talented teams in the country from a roster construction standpoint. I mean, Lane Kiffin, I think, is playing the game the exact way it's supposed to be played, right? Use the transfer portal, get aggressive in terms of getting proven talent on your roster, but also continue to get it done on the high school trail. Really, really excited about how Lane Kiffin is going about constructing this roster. And Akylin Dear, just another example of Ole Miss getting it done on the recruiting trail. You get into Akylin Dear, I think the first thing you want to talk about is the athletic profile. This is one of the fastest running backs in that 2025 class, but he's not a guy that's only 180 pounds. He is 6'1", 200 pounds, almost going sub 11 seconds in the 100-meter dash. And the thing that I have a really big takeaway from is when you turn on the film, we'll get into it in just a little bit, he's not just a track athlete that you put on the football field. He's a football player with track and field speed. He is extremely good in and out of his cuts. The short area quickness, extremely impressive. Very good contact balance. You start looking at some of the pillars that you want from your running backs coming from the high school ranks. You want that long speed. He certainly has that with the 11.3 100-meter dash. You want that physicality, especially in the SEC. 6'1", 200 pounds has that. But then the ability to have that feel at the running back spot, that vision, that ability to make people miss at the second level. He also brings that to his game. There are not a lot of boxes that Akylin Dear does not check in, and that's why you're looking at one of, if not the best running backs in this 2025 class. Want to get into the film, talk a little bit about what he brings to the table. And again, first couple things you see, one, this is a guy that wants to get downhill, which you like to see sometimes with those speedsters at the high school level. They like to go east and west. Akylin Dear uses that speed and gets going downhill extremely hard. Really like that part of his game. Nice work here on the outside. And again, really, really good at picking his way through traffic, seeing the running lanes. And when it is time to kind of put the pedal to the metal, turn on the jets in the open grass, nobody's really catching him. This is probably my favorite rep where, again, reading what's going on in front of him at a high level. When he gets to the second level, I mean, these cuts, his ability to get in and out of what he's trying to do, it's not only the long speed with the Akylin Dear, it's also the short area quickness. It's also the ability to really kind of absorb contact, bounce off tackles. He's checking a lot of boxes, and I love what he brings in terms of the home run hitting ability. You look at Lane Kiffin, what he wants to do. Again, physicality at the running back spot. This is a guy that, yes, he's one of the fastest running backs in that class. You run back that tape right here. I mean, this is a guy that can work through contact like the best of them as well. And that's exactly what you're looking for at a running back. And going to the fit in this Lane Kiffin offense, I mean, this Ole Miss offense is predicated on explosive plays. What better way to generate game-changing plays than a running back that, again, bouncing off top, working off contact, bouncing off tackles, but has the ability to take it 80 yards every single time he touches the football. It is a rare blend of the size and physicality along with elite speed, elite ability to make people miss at the second level. This is a really exciting get for Ole Miss. And you kind of look at Lane Kiffin. I mean, he's at his best when he has elite running backs that can get it done. I think Akylin Dear is one of those running backs for Ole Miss. And you kind of look at what Ole Miss is doing on the recruiting trail. The next guy I want to talk about, you talk about recruiting the high school ranks, recruiting your backyard, Caleb Cunningham. And you're starting to see this Ole Miss program be a destination spot for offensive skill. You know, you come play in this Lane Kiffin offense, whether you're a running back, whether you're a wide receiver, you're going to have the ability to put up a lot of production and go to the NFL. Caleb Cunningham, the #1 player in the state of Mississippi. It sounds like Ole Miss, Mississippi State battling this one out. I love Caleb Cunningham. This is a guy 6'3", 180 pounds. You talk about some of those big physical wide receivers that you've seen come through Ole Miss. Caleb Cunningham, in my mind, could be that next guy. He has a basketball background, and that shows up on the film. You talk about working vertically, talk about making those 50-50 balls, kind of those 80-20 balls. That's Caleb Cunningham. Really good at the catch point, physical frame, obviously very, very good length. Very excited about Caleb Cunningham, and if Ole Miss can get Akylin Dear, who they have committed now, and then Caleb Cunningham, the top running back, one of the top wide receivers in this 2025 class, that's a lot of weapons for Lane Kiffin to be getting to work with over the next couple of years. Massive commitment from Ole Miss for Akylin Dear. We'll cut it at that. Appreciate you guys rocking with the fellas. Again, if y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys, and y'all have a good one. Peace.